Hello, Sagittarius. My name is Camille, and you are watching Millennial Tarot. Today we will be doing your May 2018 reading. A quick plug, I am doing my personal readings for just $10, so if you want something more specific to your situation, hit me up below. I've been trying to start all these videos quickly, but also with the biggest transit happening in the sky, which is that this month Uranus will be moving into Taurus. Whenever the big outer, slower moving planets ingress into different signs, they really bring big change for everybody. So wherever Taurus is in your chart, just expect a knock at the door by friendly but eccentric and weird and mad scientist type of revolutionary and rebellious Uranus, who, like I said, is going to revolutionize whatever part of the sky Taurus is in your chart. So wherever that is for you, do be kind to look it up. Uranus is a big deal. I'm going to call her she. I feel like people call Uranus he, but I feel like she's a she. She's going to be coming to spark up and have a sudden lightning bolt, sustainable lightning bolt, over the next 7 years in whatever part of the chart that Taurus is in for you. So that's a big deal. I wanted to get that out of the way. But without further ado, I'm going to move in what is going on for you this May 2018, Sagittarius. 3-card spread, Rider-Waite Tarot deck, per usual. I think there will also be a full moon in your sign this month. So look out for that. But don't quote me on it, because I'm just trying to steamroll through all these readings right now, and I haven't been paying attention to the moon. Okay. Let's see, Sagittarius. 2018. Also, I'm getting over a cold. Let me go ahead and announce that. So if I sound a little plugged up, that is why. But I had to come on screen. I had to get you your readings. That was bad. One more time. You could have seen that. One more shuffle. Sagittarius, May 2018. Wow, I was just talking about the moon, and look, here he is. Here she is, the moon. The moon! So look up. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Full moon in Sagittarius and the new moon in Taurus this month. If I'm wrong, you may send me hate mail. But coming into this reading, recent past are setting off the flavors, 6 of Pentacles, and then we have the 3 of Cups, and then we have the moon. So the story here is, you know, things are rocking in your financial life, in your career life, in your home life, and they're more in a place of balance. And because you have achieved that balance, you're feeling like you can rest, you're feeling like you can celebrate, you're feeling like should this have been a very studious and charitable time, an austere time for you, now you can kind of go out and let loose and spend some of what you have achieved. And then we move into the moon, major arcana card of Pisces, a fellow mutable sign, that's mutable water, you are mutable fire. So we have a sextile happening with that. Whatever. But then we move into, you know, the moon again, which is which is a more, okay, Camille, which is a less social card if we're talking about the 3 of Cups. The moon has more to do with introspection, things coming out of things coming out in light that were obscured in the dark, and just generally having a more meditative, solitary type of time. So it's very seesaw-y for you, Sagittarius, here this month. I'm not surprised, because you guys are mutable and can adapt to these things and even seek out experiences that are novel and new for you. So that could be why they're so disparate here. But then let's talk about the 6 of Pentacles. So the 6 of Pentacles either sees you handing out the charity or being the beggar. And to be honest, it could be either one. I'm not going to say strongly, I don't have any indication strongly about what it is for most Sagittarians, whether you are on the giving or the receiving side. But there was something in your life where either you were holding on too much and you could have benefited from being less selfish, or you didn't have enough and you could benefit from being less prideful and asking for help. And when Pentacles comes up in terms of balance, it really often it really often a lot has to do with your money, your career, your fortune, your good luck, your health, and your home, because these are physical things. And then because we are in Taurus season, and Pentacles has been coming up strongly for everybody, so the focus really is on second house things, and Taurus is the natural ruler, Venus is the natural ruler of our second house, which is our material possessions. It is the things that we accumulate, but in accumulating material things, we also can accumulate, self-worth, self-esteem. So this is also that. So coming into this month, setting off the energies, coming in from probably a little bit March, March, certainly April, something was thrown out of whack, either in your relationship to yourself, your relationship to your money, your relationship with others, and your relationship to your physical life, whether it's your body, your health, and all that. And the way that you got around it was either one, you realize, okay, I really just need to ask for help at this point, and you didn't like it. These people are kind of groveling for breadcrumbs, so it could mean that you didn't even like what you got, or, things weren't, what you got wasn't the full extent of what you needed or what you think you're worth. So it could be that if you're dealing with another person in a relationship, they could have just ended it or did something in a way where you're like, okay, well, just all that stuff. Or it could have seen you in a place where you were in a position to help others. And Sagittarius is the teacher, the builder, the philosophizer, and he wants to teach, Sagittarius. And he wants to be that kind of more higher-minded, wise person for someone to follow. So this could very well be you holding the scales and providing balance by being with other people and giving them something that they don't have. And the giving could very well be money, of yourself, of your home, but it could also be of your time, of your wisdom, and of your experience. So that's what you're coming into May with. And I'm getting that it was semi-serious. It wasn't something like I lost my home, although for some of you it could be, I lost my job, I lost everything. But this is something that took up a lot of your mental energy, and it was something that, you needed to give attention, and it took up a lot of your time as well. And then the only reason I say that is because when it ends, and we're moving into May, you're more in a light place. And, the Three of Cups represents several things that are coincidental. At the end of May, we are moving into Gemini season, and Gemini does rule our third house and rules, not duplicity, plurality and duality. That's why we have three people here. So it could just be an indication of that. You're finding lighter, more joyful times as the sun increases. Oh my God, words! As the sun moves into Gemini, it's just an indicator of things becoming lighter for you as the month goes on. It also represents very literally you going out and drinking and celebrating and having a good time. And, we spoke about it before, but to the extent that you may have been begging or giving and it threw you off whack and you're like, I have this bigger priority thing to spend my time, to spend my money on, the Three of Cups sees you being more frivolous. But it's not frivolous in a way that's going to set you off a deep cliff of debt or being off in your payments, whatever. It's frivolousness of like, finally I could take this, this breath of relief and I could just go have fun, and sure, I'll spend $60 at the club. Like whatever, because you have time, you've gotten to the place where you can do that. And it's using your resources, it's using your emotional capacities in a more lighthearted way. So that's the main thing happening for you in May, is that whatever you were traveling out of in April, May sees it being lifted, and you're having more levity, more enjoyment, more laughter, and more fun. And then we get down to more serious business here towards the end of May with the moon. And then the moon, I really am sure that Sagittarius is having a big moon moment this month. But should that not interest you, or should that not be correct, the moon, Pisces, it still represents a spiritual time. And the theme for Sagittarius is, we've closed the book on something serious, we tend to focus on something lighter and have enjoyment, and then that ends, and then we move into something more serious, and then we move into something more lighter, and then we move over here and move over there. You guys are just all over the place. So in relation to the story of like giving or receiving, celebrating, the moon kind of sees you meditating, it sees you retreating, it sees you honing in on that place, should you have been the person who was giving, honing in on that more feminine thing. The moon is the feminine counterpart to the ego, to the sun, to the more masculine sun. And the moon represents our internal landscapes. And then, I forgot to speak about this, but cups still does represent emotions, water, and then we have more water here with the scorpion, and then the moon representing Pisces, water. So this is a time where you are experiencing both an alleviation of emotional matters that were weighing heavily on you, and a time where you kind of level up in your emotional maturity because of what was happening here with the Six of Pentacles. So though you are celebrating, though you are in an emotional place that feels better, that feels lighter, May still does see you having more groundedness, more maturity, more introspection, and more, not detachment, but just more objectivity in how you behave with others and how you behave with yourself. And it's more in an emotional capacity. So by the time you finish this month, when you look back at January, when you look back at February, you will see that you have leveled up emotionally. That's what I'm trying to say. And Pisces, ruling that 12th house of spirituality, of mystery, of things unknown, of the collective unconscious. You know, Sagittarius and Pisces are both, what do I want to say? They're, dang it, the word eludes me, but Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces are the four like big behemoth signs that represent humanity as a whole. That's what I meant to say. And when you pair up with Pisces, with your Sagittarianness, with the moon, with your fire, with your knowledge, with your wisdom, May is seeing you in a time of leveling up emotionally. How that looks is just taking stock of how far you've come, taking stock about how you can provide nurturing to people, taking stock about how you may be in a position where you were begging, where you needed, where you were prideful, but you got over that. You got to a place where you were celebrating, and you got to a place where you could have fun and let that go. So the moon is just seeing you at the end of the month here, taking a deep study of who you are, of how far you've come, and feeling good about it. That's the point. You're feeling good about how far you come, your emotional stability, your emotional security. Should this have to do with a relationship? You know, the moon kind of throws things into a more secure place. You know, the Three of Cups kind of sees you having fun with your partner, with your friends, but the moon is like, okay, no, but this person is here to stay. This person feeds me emotionally. And should this not be any external factor, should it just be how you're feeling within yourself? You're celebrating, you know, yourself, where you are, you feel more lighter, you feel like you can let loose a little bit more. The moon kind of sees you saying, but don't forget that you are a spirit, that you are a soul, that you have gifts to offer, that it's not only about getting through hard things and then celebrating and then getting through hard things and then celebrating. We're all just on this spiritual path, and the moon kind of sees you honing in towards the end of the month on that spirituality that is so innate to your sign anyway. So Sagittarius, that has been my reading for you. I hope it has made sense. It is a more introspective and a more grand, sweeping, internal type of reading, so less about, you're getting a job, all that stuff. But I hope it has helped you, and I hope it has provided you any clarity. Of course, like I said in the beginning, if you need some help with your personal situation, just send me an email. But until then, I will see you in June. Have a fabulous month.